Okay, so in the last video we just discussed the new chapter, which is bioenergetics. So yes, you might have heard or read this sentence that all life on earth is solar power. So I just explained you. Let's have a overview of that. Okay, so if we talk about energy in plant is how they take this sun, like they trap the energy from the sun, then that's converted and form in the form of solar power. Then the solar power, like if we talk about the humans, we eat food like the chicken or the plants. This means human are not independent; they're dependent on other sources like the chicken, like the chicken, plants as well, and plants are independent because they make their own food, and they make their own food by the help of energy, and that is also that solar energy here is converted into chemical energy. Chemical energy, okay. And this complete process begin if we talk about the lion first. If this is the if lion have eaten a deer, if lion has eaten a deer, then deer must have eaten something else, and there's something else, like deer eat plants or the grass, we can say. So deer have eaten plant. Okay, so this mean the complete chain begins, like the complete chain is going on. How I discussed this one, this was here. If this is the insect, then this insect would be eaten by lizard, lizard would be eaten by then mouse would be eaten by cat would be eaten by dog, then dog would be eaten by lion or something else. Like the complete chain begins. Okay, then let's discuss in the plants what we are going to discuss. Okay, so if I make a leaf have the mesophyll cells. Okay, or if if this have glucose, if this has a glucose and glucose plus O2, how they just get glucose plus O2? First, if glucose plus O2 are in the mesophyll cells, then this would be break down. This would be break. This would be break down into what? That would break down into ATP. Just because ATP is the energy currency, wherever they need to do any work like the active process, so they require energy, they will lose energy. That's why that work would be possible. So they will get ATP, and what they will get CO2. Okay, and we can also say that near these, like here we have the stomata cell, which will help them to take O2 or like release O2. That would be done by the chloroplast. Okay, chloroplast will be our next topic. Well, okay, so if we talk about the glucose is transferred by the pyruvate. This is the enzyme. Okay, then that is converted into like another sources. How ATP is made just because of the mitochondria, and how, like what mitochondria exactly helps in, that helps in the Krebs cycle we have. Then we have the electron transport chain. Then we have another, which is ATP. Like ATP would be taken, like they help in the ATP synthesis. And they also help in the CO2 release. O2 release, so that would be released in the environment, and that environment, like the human being will take that. Okay, then we have CO2 would be released, and there will be chloroplast that